Te crees mucho, lo sé. Obvio que te digo, sé. Pero hay más en Instagram. Si tú no quieres, bebé, tengo fila hasta 3. No te necesito más. Te crees mucho, lo sé. Obvio que te digo, sé. Pero hay más en Instagram. Te crees mujer, es lo que eres, pero en el mundo no que a mujeres más. Me la creía hasta ese día, que me engañaste, ¿qué más?
Reciclaba amores y estabas tú. Te necesitaba, ya no fueron tantas flores.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Loving how you wind up for me. Tonight is all on me. Mash up the place for me. Yeah, yeah. She just wanna highlight. Ooh, that body talk to me. I need a taste, baby. Loving the way you move around me. No more delay. No, you can't wait to shut it down. Won't you show me how you work it? I can't find no flaws, you perfect. Cause every time that you come around my way, I keep falling again. I keep falling again. And every time that you come across my mind, I keep falling again. I keep falling.
Hey guys, it's Tuesday night and you already know it's Real Talk with the ladies. I know you just saw that promo. So when you think about relationships, I don't know who sets the tone, men, women, both of us together, or do we look at the first 30 days and then we decide, are we in or we out? Some people do it in 24 hours. Me, I need a little bit more than 24. I mean, if a guy shows up to the first date and it's a little shaky, I guess you can make that decision in 24. I don't know. But let's look at this and let's have a real conversation with the ladies. All right, what's going on, Pennsylvania?
Hi,
You
how
look
are
so
you?
cute.
I know because I just took off my old lady sweater. I thought it was.
You look amazing, Holly.
Thank
I love
you.
that. Okay, look, I
Yeah.
don't even know if to call her San Francisco or New York, because like really, Precious, you in
Worldwide.
California love.
All
Worldwide.
Is that what we doing? Oh my God, I love it.
Like, I'm an international woman of mystery. I just be flued out. I just be gone.
I love it. You see, you just be booed out. Okay, I
Listen,
love
San
that.
Francisco is how we doing it.
I love that. And look, we got Chicago in the house. Angel, I will tell you, you are like a bright little sunshine for me whenever I see you.
Aw.
Because I say that because just to see you as a young woman, you know, you're about your business. And I was so excited to have you join the cast. Like, I just think you're just an amazing young woman and an excellent
Thank you.
example. I didn't know who was prouder, me or your dad. So when I put together your promo, it was like a moment where I had to sit back and go, wow, this is little Angel. Grown lady.
Grown up.
Which is a little different. I was like, she's a grown lady. So guys, I don't know. We're all single. So definitely this conversation is about us. And I think dating at different ages in different spaces, it really makes the conversation about us. So, you know, I'm coming out the gate with some fire and ice on this. Okay. If a man was verbally or physically abusive towards you, would you stay or go? Precious.
I'm going to say I'm going to go because this never happened to me, but I just can't see myself staying there. And I also think that's why I am independent the way I am. So I have a place to go. I have a cousin who always told me he got tired of women putting them out of their places. I got a place to go. So I'm good. 44. I mean, you know, when you're younger, you're trying to figure things out. At this age, yeah, I'm good. It's been real.
I like what you said. Okay, so Angel, what about you?
I would go immediately. Um, I will say, as far as verbal abuse,
Yeah.
I think sometimes because we're always talking about physical abuse and we all know what
Yeah,
that
and I was talking about that too, Queen. Yeah.
sometimes we don't know what verbal abuse looks like.
Right.
Hmm.
And from a past experience for myself, that line kind of got crossed and I had to check myself like, hold on, this isn't normal. Um, but as of today, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I love that you said that. A lot of times people, we don't get it when it's verbal. We know it automatically when it's physical, but when it's verbal, we
Hmm.
just kind of miss that. So Holly, what about you?
Um, I've been in the situation. I've had a man put his hands on me. It was not comfortable.
Hmm.
Um, and in the moment, I was not entirely prepared for it. I
Okay.
think I was kind of in this like that didn't really just happen moment. I was in my 20s. I got the whole, baby, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Like my emotions got the best of me. Um, but I couldn't get it out of my head. I did stay. It was dumb, but I stayed. There aren't very many people who know this story. It
Mhm.
was uh it was bad, for lack of a better way to explain it, and it just got progressively worse as it went along.
So,
So
but the thing is, you stay for what reason? What was your purpose for staying?
honestly, I think in my mind at the time, the apologies felt genuine, even though now looking back, I know they weren't.
Right. That's fair.
And knowing him and a little bit of his background, it seemed out of character. So it almost was unbelievable that it was happening.
So do you, and I really thank you so much for sharing that because I think that's what it is in a lot of cases. In the first 30 days, I think as women, we see red flags, but then we keep thinking we're looking at the character of that person that we have fallen for, and we're comparing it to, oh, this must just be a bad moment.
Yeah.
But then we keep seeing the bad moments and we keep chalking it up to it's a bad moment. But then that bad moment becomes the reality of this is who the person is,
Yeah.
right?
Because eventually you start questioning yourself like, did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Like, immediately your mind goes to maybe I provoked it. And now you're checking yourself and trying to figure out like what could have gone differently in the situation leading up to the point.
And so what you just said is then you flip it on yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like you say to yourself, well, maybe I'm not good enough. What did I do wrong? Did I say something to upset him?
Right.
Maybe and then you start reevaluating yourself, which I think subconsciously all of us do that, right? We begin to evaluate ourselves. So my next question for you guys is in the first 30 days of dating, what are you evaluating or do you evaluate?
Yes.
So I'm going to
I
start with
think we
you,
evaluate.
baby girl Angel. Are you evaluating?
I am evaluating. I'm
Okay.
paying attention to everything, probably too much. I'm paying attention to consistency.
Okay.
Um, is your communication staying the same? Um, but sometimes that can get a little confusing because there is a thing such as love bombing. So
Yes.
sometimes it's hard to decipher if it's genuine or not.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I pay attention to how he treats the women in his family. Um, People out and about, say if we're at a restaurant, the waitress, like how do you mingle with other people outside of me? Like how do you treat other people that you're not romantically involved with? To evaluate his character. Um, and for me, really just the consistency. I just want to see if you're the same person throughout
I,
that.
I like I like one of the things that you said. How are you treating people that you're not romantically involved with? Right? I guess for me, it's an interesting take on what you just said. Because a lot of times I kind of chalk this up to the man that comes home, he's great, a business professional. Everybody thinks the world of him, right? Professionally. But then he comes home and he slaps you and says that he apologizes. But publicly, he's this great guy. And if you ever tried to challenge that, people are like, oh, Mark is outstanding. And you like, this dude is doing a left and right hook at home. Like, what are you kidding me? So, that's very interesting that you said that. Okay, so Holly, are you evaluating? Are you just letting this stuff slide? What you doing?
No, I'm 100% evaluating everything. Are you opening doors? Are you pulling chairs out? How you're showing up and presenting yourself? And a lot of the same things that Ann just too, like how you speak to people other than me, because that's going to speak volumes as to your character.
You know what? I like what you just said. Opening the door for you.
Ooh.
Because I am so old school. I am so ridiculous with that. I like when guys open the door for me.
Me too.
And bring me flowers. I love
too.
flowers. Yellow and white roses on that first date. I'm thinking, even if you don't pick me up, when I make it to the restaurant, can I just get some flowers? I don't know. And already, Angel, you had a shout out. Who is G Rob? Angel. Anyways, G Rob, just to let you know, you got a lot of layers to get to, honey, to get to Angel. So just be prepared. She's on Real Talk with the Ladies, and you didn't even make it to her daddy yet. So hello, G Rob. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is our little Angel. So you know what, Holly? That is so true. Precious, Precious, what are you about to say? Because see, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, okay, so I've been meeting with queens here, but a client of mine and then another friend of mine. Okay, so I've not met these women in real life. We've been on Zooms. So there's a queen who brought her husband to meet me yesterday. I got schooled, can I just tell you? So before I get into the car, he has opened the door for me first, then his wife. We get in. He comes around and gets himself in. We go, he takes us to the restaurant. I get, and she said, close that door. He came out, he came around, opened the door. He said, a man should be opening your door. Do you know I was up here clutching my imaginary purse, feeling very clamp. He let me out. He let her out. He said, if a man ain't doing that for you, he said, you're so used to not even having it. He said, that's unacceptable. Do you know I was all up in my feelings? All up in my feelings. And through that entire meal, he sat and he said, it wasn't that he asked permission to speak, but he was like, do y'all even want me here? I could be over here eating my, and we were like, no, we like that. And he said, listen, he's like, basically, you're not dating. I said, I'm not. And he said, you have not been treated well. You've not. Because you should know the chivalry still exists. He's been in love with his wife since the third grade. It only took about 50 years.
Did you say the third grade?
Yeah, he'd been in love with her since the third grade. But, they went off and married other people. But when he got her, please believe. And so when you're talking about the first 30 days, I haven't, the only thing I've ever seen I'm really gauging. I know this sounds crazy. Do you like me? Like me? Like me? How do I say it? And I think what I've let things slide, like I'm so wanting to be wanted or just to be happy to be there. That is not the way I should feel. And if I feel like I need to be the one that's grateful, I'm already starting off wrong. So I'm gauging myself and him too. So wow. He told me chivalry needs to be up in there. If he ain't opening doors, well, maybe, in New York, maybe I'm not, but that should always be on the menu. You ain't been having it.
I think what you just said is what makes sense is that, a lot of times we think that we're dating or we know how to date, right? We don't. Mm-hmm. And we don't. I think I've seen so many different women. They're like, I'm looking for a husband. Okay, that's great, but don't make that the intro to your conversation. Don't make that the whole nonverbal, because a lot of times you ask questions and it's like they know what you're asking these questions for. So just be easy, get to know the person, and then you can find out. Now, that leads into my question is, would you marry someone in 30 days?
I mean, if Idris called, yes.
Did you say Idris Elba?
Idris married.
Did you say my boo, Idris?
If he called, I would only need a week to pack up everything in
You
here.
know what?
I'm gonna tell you right now, Holly, you better get off my man, Idris. You see how she quickly was like, if Idris called?
She said all I need is a week, maybe even less time than that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so what about you, Precious? Would you do it in 30 days?
I don't even know how to answer that question. She's I can't even get somebody to open the door, so I don't even know what we're talking about. I do think at this age I am only gonna live once, but I think marriage is one of them things I gotta think twice about because I don't know if they got some baby mamas. I ain't trying to pay child support. I ain't trying to get all up in that. So I'm gonna do some due diligence. It may take a little bit more than 30 days. I'm gonna have to have that PI all over it like a cheap suit.
Okay, Angel, what about you?
I wouldn't in 30 days. I feel like you don't really know a person until you see them in different situations like anger, sadness, tragedy. Like you don't see how people handle certain situations and how they deal with you until certain things happen. And 30 days is just not enough time to feel somebody out.
You know, I agree with you guys. I think I've made a decision in 30 days what type of relationship is going to be. But I'm not ready to get married in 30 days. But I'm not going to say, and I will say this 100%, just being totally transparent. If I met the right person and we just connected, like there was this unbelievable bond, this connection between us. And at the end of 30 days, he was like, Christine, can we shack? I might be okay with a shacking, right? But I might not be okay with a wedding because this is the thing, and I had to learn this, is that when you get married, you're still getting to know that person.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I had to really pay attention. I sit around and I talk to a lot of older people. And she was like, I was learning something new about my husband every year, honey. I didn't know. She said, we grew up together. I thought I knew everything. But then, this happened. So this is what I'll say to you women. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to know 100% I know who this guy is in 30 days. Just date him, have fun, get to know him. And the thing is, when you're dating, we get back, we're going to talk about, should you be dating exclusively one person, or should you just be dating to find out what it is that you really want? Sometimes it takes more than one person to make you happy. But we'll talk about that when we get back. You know what, folks? I don't know. You might want to download this app. My name is Christine Burkette, the inventor of the 5 F's to Love. This is a compatibility app. It's an app that gives you an opportunity to rate words that start with the letter F in chronological order of importance to you, to help you find your one true love, your soulmate, and the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So after you've taken the time to rate your F's in chronological order, you send a link to the person, I don't know, you just met, or the person you've been dating for quite some time. Or maybe it's the person you've been married to for 30 to 40 to 50 years. And then you compare your top 5 F's to find out what things you have in common and things that you may perhaps need to work on. This is taking a simplistic perspective on how to find your one true love, your soulmate, the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And thank you for downloading the 5 F's app. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're just joining us, you know it's Tuesday and it's Real Talk with the Ladies. And if you missed the promo, we're talking about the first 30 days, what it looks like for women to even understand where they are in a relationship and what it is that they want to do. I think, guys, do you think women begin nesting as soon as they feel that connection with a man? That we just start nesting? We become wifey as soon as we forget what they're thinking. When we start thinking is right, we start nesting. Like, how many of you started doing laundry for somebody? Like, you was just like, or cooking. Angel's like, she barely wanted to put the hand up. Okay, so those are the things, folks, when we talk about being in a relationship. When you get in that nesting mode, do you guys realize you stop talking to other men? That guy becomes exclusive and you haven't even had the exclusive conversation. That's the first 30 days.
Wow.
So look, am I doing a shocker right now? I should have pulled out my books from psychology, right? But listen, so the thing is that it has been proven that women are quicker to commit to a relationship than a man. Now, the thing is, I want to ask you guys, when you talk about your role in this relationship and what it looks like, what are you looking at? So G Rob said, great point, Chris. G Rob, you can stop trying to get bonus points with me when it comes to Angel. You're gonna have to carry your own pails of water.
I know that's right.
Look, thank you, G Rob. Look, as I'm talking like I'm her godmother or something, but know that I'm watching you, G Rob. We'll be getting more on you. The thing is that the question I want to ask you is, what role does the woman play in defining the relationship?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, because I don't even know if I know how to date right. Now mind you, I'm not out cooking and cleaning it. That ain't necessarily me.
Right.
You heard. But I know that men can tell, like when you are smitten, they can tell, right?
Okay.
And I've been probably accused of going all in, want to spend time, want to do all that kind of stuff. And I forget that I'm pretty damn awesome too. You might want to spend some time with me too, but I need to still do my thing and not want to be just with you and under you, because I can imagine that could be kind of stifling, and it also smacks of desperation if we really gonna keep it a bean. So I may not be cooking and cleaning, but I'm like in your face like this. We gonna talk. What were we talking about? Oh, a couple of minutes went by. Oh, let's talk again.
That's I will tell you.
I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
But the thing is, do we do that? Like, do we do it and not know it? And I just want to say, Janice, thank you. Janice is one of my favorite gal pals. We speak at a lot of tech conferences together. So, honey, I don't even know if you're in the country right now, but thank you for watching. Janice could be anywhere. She could be in Africa right now.
Yeah.
And she says that we play a major role, in making that decision in a relationship. So the thing is, to your point, Precious, you're right. I think women, we're talkers. And
but I've never defined it out of fear. I've never said the words out of fear of I'm about to get rejected. And that to me sticks in my mind it's ever present.
Okay.
Does he not really want me? If I say this, if I start to define, will there be the slow fade away?
Wow, that's interesting that you're doing it out of fear, but the person may be misconstruing that. Angel, what about you? What role do you think women play?
I want to say that I agree with Precious, because I feel like that too. If I latch on too fast, or you can tell I'm really into you, I'm going above and beyond, they're gonna lose feelings. They're over it, I feel.
Okay.
I don't know why.
That's fair.
But I think we do that. As far as the role we play, come back to me on that
one. Holly, what about you?
I think I used to be doing the opposite of Precious. Like, I was the girl who was always doing things to show you, like, I would be such a great wifey if you just see what I'm doing. Like, I used to be that type. I'm not that girl anymore. So if you holler at me trying to get me to do your laundry, I can drop it off somewhere, but I'm not doing it. And I think we get so, like, for me personally, I think I was afraid of having the conversation because of the rejection aspect of it. So I was just doing the actions because I assumed that most men, their love language was acts of service, and that's how I would win their love. It didn't ever really work out in my favor though, so that was terrible. So I trashed that idea.
You know what, Holly? But I think you're right on point. I think women do the acts of service. Like, I'm going to show you that I'm this person. And I do hear from a lot of men, you need to act like a wife from the beginning. But the problem is, for a lot of women, you acted like a wife, but maybe not for the right guy. Right. And so once you get burnt on that acting like a wife with the wrong guy, you like, well, listen, like you said, Holly, I was doing laundry, but now you can't get a shirt or anything from you. So whatever. And so Janice, thanks again for joining. She said women set the tone and often the pace. She also said we have more power than we think. G Rob said, great job, Angel, with hearts in his
Thank
eyes.
you.
G Rob, we're watching you. And then Janice said, I've never done laundry. And I just want to say, you know, Janice's husband is excellent. She's got 3 beautiful girls. And her husband and her are both very successful in their own right. And he supports her 100%. But we also want to be clear, when Janice was younger, she looked like a model off the runway. Okay. She was tall, chocolate, gorgeous. So her husband was like, boom, I hit the gold mine. He probably didn't care what Janice did. So we're clear. I don't want anybody to misunderstand that. So the thing is, ladies, when you think about big picture, every relationship I think that I've been in, it was me who set the tone. It really was. It wasn't the guy. And that's really weird because everybody knows I like them tall, over 6 foot. So it's the little person who's setting the tone for this relationship. Personally, I have cooked, but when they found out that they were a better cook, they took over the cooking. I like doing laundry. One of my exes, he said the thing that he remembered most about me was that his shirts had never been whiter. I don't mind doing laundry. I don't mind cleaning the house. I don't mind doing the grocery shopping. I don't mind working in the yard. I like those things. Those things don't bother me. And people are probably watching and not thinking I'm domestic. But that's the other mistake I think people make. Just because you don't cook doesn't mean you're not domestic. Just because you don't have children doesn't mean you're not domestic and you're not nurturing. So I think, you know, in a lot of sense, it's all about that person. Now I'm going to tell you, a lot of my male friends, they believe in that woman who cooks and cleans. So my question is to you guys, what do you look for in a man to determine whether he is going to be long-term or short-term? Y'all probably like Christine pulling out all the stops tonight. I know, honey.
I'm
That's
over here
what
being
happens when I
quiet.
leave by myself. I think through stuff. So listen, how do you determine whether somebody's long-term or short-term? Why is everybody silent? Am I really surprising you guys with my questions tonight?
No, I just think they're hella dope questions. I just think they're hella dope. It's one of those things of, you know, what was my criteria? So, like, you know, did I move too fast? It's like, oh my goodness. But to be honest with you, I told y'all, I remember when my line sister was getting married, and I knew that who I was with, we were never going to get married. I knew it. And then it made me think, I'm probably never going to get married. So can I just have a happy, healthy relationship?
Right. Okay. That's fair.
And then there's also the fear of, how do you get comfortable sharing the not so great parts of yourself? Because as the pandemic and everything, what I'm starting to notice, and I'm not saying young people, old people, whatever, but it's the facade that's winning. And it's like, I'm a real person. And if I feel just the slightest rejection as I'm telling you things, it makes me feel like I'm walking on eggshells. And so I can tell you that in my dating life, it has colored what I say. And since I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, there's a healing in that, but there's also, I don't know how to be because I don't know if I've been allowed to be. So talking about the first 30 days, and I know I'm not the only woman thinking this. I'm just going to put it out there. Like, I don't know when is the right time. Even with the actor, when I told him I got kicked out of Georgetown, I just felt like cool points went down. Or when I was talking to this other gentleman and I was telling him about, you know, where I came out of darkness, there was something that switched and I never felt comfortable again. So we might have shared bodies, but we could never share the heart. And that's how you know we can never get down to the end of the aisle. We can never, because I don't trust you enough to be the friend, homie, lover, whatever. I don't trust you in that way. So we can't really be friends, which means that there is an expiration date anyway.
You know what, folks? I'm being honest with you. Precious is 100% on point. Vulnerability is a big issue when you reveal yourself to someone and they see you differently than whom they fell in love with. Folks, we'll be back from this commercial break. We're still asking Holly and Angel, short term, long term, whether you're vulnerable or not, we need to know. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Look at me, I'm on. 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 Can't stop, keep going. Can't stop, keep going. Can't stop, keep going. Can't stop, keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Hold up. Yeah. I'm chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them block, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car. I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes. Niggas floss, I'm really pulling strings for the pound cake. I see you went for a puppet in the clown face for a little wage. That shit, the talk of the town is late. Still me, I never switch sides. Came a long way with the gas tank running on fumes.
Can't stop, keep going. Can't stop, keep going.
Hey guys, welcome back. I know you're probably thinking, what happened to the ladies? Well, let me just tell you, like anything else, I needed 30 more seconds. Look, I'm like, I needed 30 more seconds. Okay, so listen, when we left off this conversation, we were talking whether or not you can determine whether a person is short-term or long-term in a relationship and what role women play within that dynamic. You know, a lot of times we make the assumption that we are right on point. So Guru 100 said, cooking is part of domestication. Guru also said, I recommend you reveal your true self before you share your body. Intimacy should precede sex. You know what, Guru, you're right. But
I'm not gonna lie, you are so right.
You are right. But
I'm gonna tell you, I'm also human. I'm gonna tell you, I'm
Yeah.
also human, and I'm also gonna tell you, I was dating at the level of my esteem and thought that, I mean, these are shameful things that people do. And I agree with you. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I agree with you, and I shouldn't have done that. So I know better going forward. But I also
Right.
think if this is real talk with the ladies, you're gonna have to get the real talk and not a facade that we could all put on about our past.
So you know what, you're right, and that's the bad thing about having real conversations with people, right? One of my friends said to me, because they watched a podcast last week, and they said, a guy friend, he said, Chris, you are such a sweet person. People don't know that because you're not willing to be vulnerable. And I said, my vulnerability is not open to everybody. Everybody meets Christine, but you can't get to Chris, okay, unless you're in my space. And my thing is, and that's okay that I'm not sharing, because if I share Chris with everybody, it wouldn't make it unique for that one person I want to share with, because everybody would have experienced it. I don't want to be the person that when you walk into a room, every guy's like, oh, I've been with that. I've been with that. You can't say that about me. I can walk in all the rooms and I'm okay with that. So my thing is, if you're looking and you're making a decision based on this just at a glance, then you're missing out, honey, on a dime piece, as the kids say, a dime piece.
A dime piece.
What did the kids say? A 100. Okay, so Holly, Angel, don't even be thinking y'all got off like that. I need to know that short term and that long term. Stop.
They still say the word dime. I thought that was old.
Dime
But
piece.
Angel, they still using that word?
Yeah, sometimes.
Certified dime piece.
Oh my my gosh. Okay, that person, they got it. So listen, you know me, I don't like to have one-sided conversations. So I brought on a guest to have the conversation with us. And Angel, you just got out of it, the short and learn term. Don't even think I don't know. We're coming back to you. All right, Robinson, welcome aboard to Real Talk with the Ladies.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Good. Hello.
Okay,
Good to
so
see y'all.
let me just tell you guys, just so you're clear, I've known Gerald since college. So don't ask him about any dirt on me.
I was gonna say we need to
He's
see.
not
We
going
need
to
to
tell you.
see.
He's not going to tell you. Gerald has been one of my best friends since college, and a really good guy. And I thought he would be a great guy to come on. I have a lot of respect for him personally, and the decisions he's made in his life. He's been a single dad, raised his son. He's raised his grandchildren, raising his other grandchildren. He just got married to the love of his life, and her name is Donna. And I think she's absolutely adorable. So I'm just going to say he's a really super guy. So Gerald, we were talking about the first 30 days, right? So one of the things we talked about, just to get a male perspective, who sets the tone of this relationship, Gerald? Is it the ladies or the men?
Oh, the man sets the tone, definitely, in my opinion.
Do they?
In my opinion, as far as that is concerned, it's how he treats you. It's how he needs to truly, like he's into a ball game and to sports and everything else. You see all that energy he puts into those things. It should be triple for a woman. I mean, no doubt about it. He needs to be attentive. You know, he knows every basketball player's stats. He knows everything about him. That very same thing needs to happen for his woman. He needs to be feel that exact same way about her. And she should know that and see that in the first 30 days. You know, it's not about just calling all the time. Everybody can text and call. I was thinking about you and all that. Everybody does all that little superficial stuff. You know, that's nothing. You know, the door thing too as well. Well, again, does he open doors for his mom, his sister? I think I was watching the show earlier, and Angel made a statement about how's he act when he's out in public. You know, how's he talk to people in public? You know, those things matter. You know, just you need to be around him. You'll see that within the first 30 days if you're going out and spending time around them. But mainly spending time with them. But I don't recommend spending time one-on-one. Don't go to his place. He don't come to your place. Don't start going to each other's place initially. Don't do all that, because that turns into some things, or the physical things that are going to really blow things out of water. You don't need to be going to each other's place and hanging out, or it's 10 o'clock, it's getting late, somebody's going to sleep on the couch. That's a bunch of bull. That's not going to happen.
I can lead a show. Y'all can have a conversation with her.
All right.
I can just go ahead and produce it.
I'm just giving you the guy's perspective of it. It's just not realistic. You know, you need to see him in other situations.
Gerald, I like that. And I really value what you just said in relation to women understanding the first 30 days is not being at his place or your place. It's really just being out and getting to know them. And I'll be totally transparent with you. I think that's where a lot of women make the mistake, because the minute they pick you up at your home for that first date, they drop you off and then they're walking you to your door. The next thing you know, we on the sofa and you licking the insides of my mouth.
It's an invite. You know, as soon as you invite me to your home or inside, it's an invite for a lot of things in a guy's mind.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not grounded in his mind, that's an invitation. Okay. You know, he's got that.
Gerald, I'm going to tell you right now, Janice is like, she's pushing back. She disagrees with you, Gerald.
I mean, and that's fine, but okay. So have her tell me, what's the woman do to set the tone? I mean, if you think any ladies here on the panel, if you think the woman sets the tone, you tell me. I really think the man sets the tone. I really think.
Okay, wait a minute. So Guru 100 said the woman sets the tone in a relationship. She decides when you have sex. She can play innocent, but she is frequently aware. And then Janice said that is why women have control.
Okay. Let me go back to the other comment about who controls sex. I don't know how to say no to sex.
What in the relationship, Guru 100, he said she decides when to have sex. She can play innocent, but she is frequently aware.
Well, she doesn't have to be the one to decide to have sex. I could say no too. I could say no, I'm not ready for that. I know where this is going to take it. I know this is going to take it to a level that I'm not ready to go to. She may be ready, hot and ready for it, but you're like, no, thank you. I'm not ready for that because I know what comes along with this. There's a come along with that. I've lived long enough. I've lived long enough. There's a come along with that. So a guy can say no, that I'm not ready for that. I'm not looking to have sex, with you right now. And a lot of people are so stunned by that. But guys can say no.
So you know what? That leads into my question for this segment. Do you know the difference between someone getting to know you versus someone wanting to fuck you?
Yeah.
Do you know the difference? A lot of us don't. A lot of us mistake that interest, that intimacy interest in us for something that is not. So Holly, do you know the difference?
Absolutely.
Here we go with the 30-day thing. Again, you're inviting me to my house. You're inviting me into the house, or I'm inviting you to my house in the first 30 days.
Yeah. It's the way he speaks to you. It's the way he speaks to you.
It's the way he speaks to you. Okay, you're right. Angel, what about you? You know the difference?
Yeah, I think if you have any confusion on how he feels about you, that's the answer. Because if a guy wanted you, you would know.
Correct.
Wow. Okay, Precious.
Since it had been tumbleweeds and stuff like that, I might have done some things I shouldn't have been doing. You know what I'm saying? Not lately. It's been some years, but anyway, yeah. And you can't turn that into something, and you can't turn that into something else. So when men approach me today, I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, I already know how this is going to turn out. So we curb and keep it moving.
Okay, so then you know what? I'm going to flip it. What if you go into it knowing that you just want sex from him and then he wants more from you? I'm not going to throw myself under the bus, but I have to be honest. Sometimes, Christine, I look at you for what it is that I need in that moment. It's not about, and by the way, I'm not a loose booty on the street, but how can I say this? Sometimes I make a decision. They're trying to court me, but I've made a decision. You're the person I want to spend intimate time with, and that's it. I don't want a relationship. You're just a person I want to spend intimate time with. So I don't know. I mean, Gerald, how does a guy feel about that? If I decide I just want intimate time, but he's pursuing.
Hearing you say that right away, it's confusion. It throws confusion there because all the other ladies sitting on here are not looking for that. I'm not saying no, particular you. I'm not separating. I'm just saying a lot of ladies on the call are looking to have a long-term relationship.
Why do you say it's confusing? I'm not saying I don't want a long-term relationship.
Because if a guy went into it like that, then now all of a sudden he's a dog.
But wait, but the thing is, this is the problem. I'm not a bad person, or it's not bad my approach on thinking, and it's not to say that I don't want a long-term relationship. It's just that in the first 30 days, maybe my decision is I know you're not long-term, but you would be a good lay. So maybe I just want to keep you in a lay.
Well, how would you?
What is wrong with it? Because a lot of women feel that way.
How would you know? How you know that would be a good lay the first 30 days? It could be sour.
It could be sour.
Right. So that's why you don't go into it that way. Because again, you hear one thing where women say guys do that type of stuff. And then when a lady does it, then it's confusing because there's one lady that wants to just lay with you, but then there's 85 women that want to marry you or want a long-term relationship. So
that's true.
So that's where the confusion part comes as far as the guy is concerned.
Well, I just say, Christine, I was thinking about what you just said, and I'm thinking about what Gerald said, and that's why I think this is such a great conversation, because I do think both parties at some point come to this conclusion. You might just be this. It will never go further than that, and because it may not be expressed, that's where other things start to happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never thought I had a fear of commitment to men wanting to start committing to me, and all of a sudden something happened to me. Like, wait. What I mean, what we gotta be all like that? Like there was something that literally happened in me, and I said, wait a minute. So I've been wanting to commit, but when the commitment comes, hold up, there might be other option. Like all sorts of things started happening, and I think I traced it back to when you are rejected. And then things can be really, really good, but that commitment changed something in me. And I was like, oh my God. And I used to think the way I was treated by the man I really wanted, and yes, he is deceased, I started to take on his tendencies. Oh, I got it. Because you now an option to me. I can't. know. So I think emotions and boundaries and all of that, I just think this is a dope conversation. I mean, I think some men and women are just like, hey, I know what you about to be. You don't know that. So we can keep it cute about this. You're not getting any further than this. I'm a friend zone you. And I'm gonna be over here maybe with someone else that I really like, but you know, over here and I'm gonna keep telling you the story. We can be friends.
I think that's true, Precious. I think we do. Guru 100 said women want sex too. Janice said women don't always want a relationship. When Janice was talking, she said exactly, Precious, and then she just said yes. Thank you guys for joining in. I'll be honest with you. I think sometimes in the first 30 days, people can determine what type of relationship they want. It doesn't make it good or bad. It just means be honest about it. And I think that's where the misunderstanding comes in, because when we look at it big picture, when we talk about this, when a person's actions are opposite of what you expect, what is your response? Is it to self or is it to them? Right? So I'm going to ask you that question. When a person's actions are opposite of what you expect, what is your response? To yourself or to them? Angel?
I need to think on that one. Come back to me.
Are you guys saying I came up with some good questions this week?
Right.
And we have a king, a gentleman on her. Oh yes.
What? Okay, Holly, what about you?
I think I've gotten much better at communicating expectations.
Okay.
So I'm definitely having a conversation with that person and saying, listen, something feels off, or this is not what I had expected for this to be. You know, moving forward, I would like to see things go like this. And just give them a second chance. Give them the benefit of the doubt that they heard what I said.
Okay. And so, Gerald, if a woman said to you in the first 30 days, Gerald, I think you're amazing, but I just see this as a sexual connection. Are you staying or going as a man?
I'm going.
You're out? Okay. That's fair. That's 100% fair.
I mean, yeah, why would you push?
And that's what we're going to talk about. Janice said it should be yourself. However, we often think of others. We do. We often think of the other person first. Folks, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and I want to be clear. It's okay to choose yourself, but in choosing yourself, there's also a process. That means sometimes choosing yourself may mean you may be by yourself. Think about that, cookie dropper. I don't know, Christine, you're dropping some nuggets tonight. Okay, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got shows, boys feeling like Broadway. Always look both ways, even on a crossway. Driving down Cross Bay, out town Barclays. Really on big things, came up a small way. Championship rings, baby, that's a ball game. Oh, she want a little bag, baby, that's small change. Yeah, that money talk. If we ain't cool, then cut me off. No breaking news, don't run your mouth. Thought it was the plug, now he running off. Thought it was a plug, now he running off. What you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands.
guys, welcome back to Real Talk with the Ladies. It's Tuesday night. And listen, if you're watching this right now, we would love for you to like us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share us with your friends. Why? Because we would love to see everyone watch us here on Real Talk with the Ladies. So before we get started, Mr. Major says Holly will definitely let you know what's on her mind. I love that. Guru 100 says Precious is bringing that fire, but it's the quiet ones you got to watch out. Both eyes. Angel. Oh my goodness, Angel. Are they on? Why are they on baby girl like that? I don't even know what to say to you guys. You know what? I'm excited that my questions are throwing you for a loop. So here's my next question. How long does it normally take you to decide what type of relationship this will be? In 30 days, how long does it normally take? Is it after 30 days, the first 30 days?
The first.
The first, Precious?
I'm gonna say it depends, and I hate saying that answer, but if I'm not around you very much because I'm traveling and stuff, like I need that quality time, and that's one of the things I've started to notice, that we can do a lot on social media, we can do a lot in Zoom, we can do a lot on the phone, but until I'm with you, looking you in the eye and getting that quality time, like high five, say quality time with you, I don't know what we're doing. I really don't.
Okay.
It's a great
Fair
point.
enough. Angel?
I agree that it depends. Because I had a long distance experience and I thought I knew the person, but you can't feel somebody out until you're in person, hanging out in person, not on the phone. FaceTime is not the same. So it can
You could be straight catfished.
Literally.
People still do that?
Girl.
But they always send the representative if you ain't gonna meet them. It's a representative a lot of the time. You be like, hold up, that's a picture from 25 years ago. You know you don't look like.
You know what? That is so true, Joe. What about you? Is it the first 30 days that you knew Donna was the person, or was it after that?
Because we spent so much time together, I knew right away. It was the
You knew
time.
right away.
Precious, you nailed it, Precious. I mean, you big time nailed it. It's about spending that time with you constantly. You're spending time together. I think both Holly and Angel mentioned that earlier about going out together, spending time around each other, having dinner, seeing each other on the holidays, sorrow times, good times, bad times, you name it. You need to be around that person. Does that take 30 days? Well, you're probably not going to see a lot of that in 30 days. No,
But you'll see something.
but you'll see something, correct. You'll see something.
Okay, guys, next question. How flexible is your desire versus your need? Desire versus need. Don't lean in, ladies, because I've been working hard on these questions. What's up?
Girl, you came correct.
While you guys are thinking about it, let me go to the guest.
You're hitting them hard.
Janice said 30 days. It takes
30
a
plus.
long time.
30 plus.
She said
Yeah,
30 plus.
She said take a long time. She said wait until you have been married for years. LOL. Janice has been married for over 40 years, I think now. So, or 30 something years. So they've been together a long time. Her and Dr. Samani, they're both Dr. Samani. So yeah. So how flexible are you with desire versus need? Come on, guys. We're in the speed round right now. 6 minutes left. Dougie Fresh, come on.
I desire to start dating. I need to start dating. It's just not happening because I'm letting things get in the way.
We'll talk about that offline. I'll let you jump on my couch. Angel, desire versus need.
I feel like that's tricky because I don't want to end up with someone that's going to fill a void. Like,
You can tell this is a baby Galen.
from the mouth of babe.
Boy, I love that. I agree.
Yeah, and I don't want to fill a void for anybody else. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Holly?
I desire a partner. I don't need a partner.
I like that. And folks, so we're clear. I desire to be needed. There you go. That's my. Oh my God. Right. I make everybody laugh. Okay. So let me ask you guys the question. What would you say to a man interested in dating you right now? This is your 30-second commercial. What would you say to any man interested in dating you? I told you guys I worked hard on these questions. Oh, because Gerald is here, you want me to take him out of the frame? Holly's like, take him.
No, point the angel. Make her go first.
Okay,
Yeah, the young
Angel,
I want to hear
Angel,
this.
go first. This is your 30-second commercial. What would you say to a guy interested in dating you?
Ooh. That I'm a lover girl. I put my all into relationships, and I expect for that to be reciprocated. And until I find someone that loves the way I do, I am fine being single because I don't need you to fill my void. I will be okay.
Oh my gosh. Look at baby girl. That's the reason why we love you, Angel. That is absolutely well said. Precious, obviously Holly wants to go last.
Okay.
No. Go ahead, P. Go ahead,
Okay.
P.
So when was the last time you just laughed with a woman and just felt good in your own skin? Dad boding, oh. When's the last time you just went dancing and just danced the night away? That's the kind of thing for laughter and fun and for good times. You want to call Precious Williams, the full-figure diva and a plus-size fashionista, who's going to have fun with you, who's going to make you laugh, who's going to dance the night away and take that long walk around the park after dark. You know how to find me. It takes two to tango. Tango with me. And let's go.
Oh my God, Holly, we knew she was definitely doing a commercial. She was
I'm gonna need her to write my commercial.
Exactly.
That was
You
good.
see how I got the actor over a decade ago?
Holly, I'm gonna give you a break, and we're gonna. Guru said humans are social creatures. There is nothing wrong with saying I need a man. Needs are important. Guru also said you wouldn't say I am fine being unemployed. I need a job. So there you go. And Samani was like, Precious. Okay, so Holly, 30-second commercial.
Wait, I thought I was off the hook.
She took it to escape off the hook.
Yeah, I am. I don't got a 30-second commercial. See me, love me.
She did like this. I love it.
I don't feel like I should have to sell myself. Come check, come find out. You'll see what you're missing. What am I selling?
I'm just, you know what, Holly? Honestly, what you just said is your 30-second commercial. One of the things I wanted to say to all of you ladies is this, is that guys look at what you say, how you say it, and what you do behind what you say, right? And so the bottom line is just be uniquely you, right? That's it. And that's just how simple it is. And I can't speak for Gerald, but one of the things way before he met Donna, he said he used to keep telling me, oh, Christine, I'm looking for this type of woman. And I used to say, what is happening? What type of woman are you looking for? Like an angel to drop out of the sky? And what did you say you were looking for? What type of woman, Gerald?
I can't
A virtuous woman.
Oh, yeah, my Proverbs 31 woman.
How do I know this and you couldn't repeat it as quickly as me?
Because I would say Proverbs 31, that's all. My Proverbs 31 woman. Exactly.
And so that's what he went out, and when he met people, he knew what to compare it to, right? Yep. So when he said, Christine, you know, Donna is everything. She's beyond everything. And I couldn't wait to meet her. When I met her, she was. When he said Donna's name, he lit up like a light bulb. I knew then this was the one, like this was it.
Right. Let me throw a couple things you ladies were saying in here. You had mentioned before, men need to pay attention. That's what I did. Is I wasn't the best guy initially growing up and stuff, you know, as far as dating and all that was concerned. I pay attention to what ladies say and then start making some changes within yourself. That's what the guys need, to start making a little bit of changes and pay attention. Yeah, play that music. Still play that soft music at times. Still, you know, or throw some rap music on, act silly around the house, or do those things. Stop all of a sudden becoming so tight that you stop doing those things and having fun in life and enjoying life together. You know, there's times I'll throw, I'll throw some slow music on. All of a sudden there's, you know, some Teddy Pendergrass on or whatever. And next thing you know, I got Tupac on. I mean, so, you know, just enjoy yourself, you know. And stop
Joe, you listen to Tupac?
Yeah, I'm a Biggie's fan. Donna likes Tupac. I'm a Biggie's fan.
I was about to listen. You see, look, I was like, wait a minute.
I'm a Biggie fan.
I know you're a Biggie fan. So real quick, guys, Major said Gerald seems like he knows what he wanted, needed, and wasn't wasting time. He knew his needs. And that is important when you're out here. Major said, hopefully I'll see you soon, Miss Holly. Mr. Major, don't be begging for Holly's attention out here like that. And folks, listen, Thank you for joining us tonight. We would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thank you, Gerald, the host of 60 is the New 40 on Fridays, for joining us tonight. We really love and appreciate your perspective from a male. You're welcome to join us anytime you want to hang out with the ladies. You seem to be able to hold your own, right, girls?
For real.
Oh, yeah.
So listen, guys, this has been a great conversation. We know it's an ongoing conversation. And you know what? The thing is, when you go out in the first 30 days, Gerald is right. You really need to get to know that person outside of your home. I know it's a tad bit old fashioned for people to say, pick me up, but maybe you need to just meet them at the restaurant, meet them at the movie theater, meet that person outside of your personal space. And it's one thing that I can honestly tell you guys, limited folks have been to my personal space called my home, because this is where Chris lives. Christine is outside of the house. When you come here, you're hanging out with Chris. And you got to be a special person to be in my personal space. Please. So I'm going to say good night to you guys. And Janice said good night. Major said great show, ladies. And also Dr. Samani. Folks, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. And be sure to tune in every Tuesday night to see Real Talk with the ladies. Have a good night.